Hi, you're watching Hindustan Times Take 5 with me, Aditi Prasad. It's been 15 months since the pandemic that has killed more than 3 million people globally officially began. But there is still no closure on the origins of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. But now, a fresh round of whodunnit is yet again raising uncomfortable questions about the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic in Wuhan, whether it was caused by a laboratory leak or whether it jumped naturally from wildlife to human beings. Now, the laboratory reference, where I'm sure you're all aware by now, is to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is near the outbreak's widely believed epicenter of the Wuhan seafood market in Wuhan. Now, a group of 18 scientists from leading world universities such as Harvard, Cambridge, MIT have categorically said that the World Health Organization's investigation into the origins of the virus have not made a balanced consideration of the theory that it may have come from a laboratory incident. Now, the reference is to the final report by the WHO-led fact-finding team, which spent 4 weeks in and around Wuhan in January and February this year, and said that the virus had probably been transmitted from bats to humans through another animal. They had completely ruled out a lab leak by saying that it's extremely unlikely. But now these global scientists, in an open letter published in the Science Journal, are questioning WHO's clean chit for a possible lab origin of the virus. In the letter, they say, and I quote, "Theories of accidental release from a lab and zoonotic spillover, both of them remain viable," unquote. Now, their argument here is that since there were no findings in clear support of either a natural spillover or a lab incident, then how did the WHO team ascertain that the virus jumping to humans from an animal was likely to very likely and a laboratory incident was extremely unlikely? And these are the scenarios that the WHO painted out in its report. They say that the scientists say that the information, data, and sample for the WHO study's first phase was collected and summarized by the Chinese half of the team, and the rest of the team, comprising of scientists around the world, just built on that original analysis. Therefore, they are now asking for a quote-unquote proper investigation that is transparent, that is objective, that is data-driven, and finally independent and responsibly managed to avoid any conflicts of interests. But these 18 scientists are not the only naysayers. In early May, British science writer Nicholas Wade self-published, and I'm repeating, self-published a research paper. It's a pretty long paper exploring the origins of the virus by summarizing the research so far. He's also leaning towards a laboratory leak argument, but it's not just another conspiracy theory. In fact, Wade presents very cogent scientific arguments in his paper, including how the SARS-CoV-2 virus came fully evolved to optimally target humans. He links it to the previous SARS-CoV virus, which was responsible for the South Asia respiratory syndrome outbreak. Now, that virus evolved over time to become efficient at targeting humans, and this one is obviously fully prepared to target humans, and it sort of came perfectly involved. Now, I'm not going to go into all the scientific details of his paper here, but if you're interested, please, it's a good read. Please go and have a look at it. It's available at nicholaswade.medium.com. In early May, there was another paper that came to light that appears to suggest that Chinese military scientists were actually discussing the weaponization of SARS coronaviruses 5 years before the COVID-19 pandemic actually hit the ground. The 2015 paper, titled The Unnatural Origin of SARS and New Species of Man-Made Viruses as Genetic Bioweapons, states that SARS coronaviruses are a new era of genetic weapons that could be artificially manipulated into an emerging human disease virus, then weaponized and unleashed. Now, the verdicts are very, very, prophetic. The papers were apparently obtained by US officials as part of their own investigation into the origins of COVID-19. And the report, which was first published by the Weekend Australian, has been subsequently picked up by media across the world. The Australian Strategic Policy Institute chief Peter Jennings, in fact, told the Australian media at the time that the document is significant amidst the suspicion over China's alleged role in the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. He even described it as a smoking gun. Now, the debate over whether the virus was made in a lab or evolved through animals, nature, is ongoing, and more research is definitely needed before any conclusive answers can be arrived at. And that is exactly what the letter penned by the 18 global scientists is demanding. Only a rigorous, passionate, dispassionate, and independent investigation into the origin of the virus can help the world actually guard against future outbreaks. Thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned to HindustanTimes.com and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you never miss an update from Hindustan Times.